Thank you, Professor Vayun, for those words of wisdom coming from the leadership position in the Asia Pacific public health. We'll be now straight away moving into the academic program and the country presentations. We'll be starting with the host country, Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka has so far done exceptionally well in controlling the COVID-19 situation, and the Sri Lankan response has been very unique due to many reasons. One of the main priorities in the Sri Lankan response was identification of contacts and contact tracing and high-risk individuals, and quarantining and treating them. So with that approach, Sri Lanka has been very successful. This was achieved through a combined effort from the Triforces, the Sri Lanka Army, Navy, Air Force, the police, law enforcement, the Ministry of Health, and the public administrative system. This is something unique that we can learn about. There's no one better to talk about this combined effort other than Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva, Head National Operations Center for Prevention of COVID-19. So let's listen to the experience that is shared by General Shavendra Silva.
At the onset, I am glad to deliver a brief description of the Sri Lankan approach in combating the COVID-19 outbreak at the head of the National Operations Center for Prevention of COVID-19, Chief of Defence Staff and the Commander of the Army. I would cover firstly the base of the approach, secondly the contribution by the military forces, and finally how the Sri Lankan approach became unique. With the spread of the COVID-19 globally, His Excellency the President appointed a task force on 26 January 2020 for preventing the spread of deadly COVID-19 in Sri Lanka. With the recommendation of the committee, closure of schools followed by movement of restrictions, curfews, isolation of affected areas are being enforced as and when required. The declaration of the COVID-19 as a pandemic by the World Health Organization (WHO), followed by the report of the first case in Sri Lanka and subsequent growth of cases, prompted the necessity of a national strategy to underpin the coordination, collaboration, and recalibration of responsibilities of different agencies, for which the National Operation Center for the Prevention of COVID-19 was established by His Excellency the President, entrusting me to spearhead its effective functioning. As we recognize the COVID-19 outbreak is beyond a health crisis, the response strategized the effort into three pillars: containment of affected cases, prevention of further spreading, and minimizing the losses of life. Firstly, the containment is spearheaded by Triforces with frequent patronage of health expertise. Secondly, the prevention of further spreading is the responsibility of all citizens, and it heavily counts on the best health practices, personal responsibility, and law enforcing agencies, etc. Lastly, minimizing the losses of lives, moreover, relied upon patients' management by our great health authorities. In this backdrop, let me explain the unique role played by the armed forces. As the survivor of the nation at any difficult times, Sri Lankan armed forces coordinated the battle against this dangerous disease and were instrumental in containment and prevention of the disease being spread. The objectives were operationalized through the comprehensive quarantine process. Apparently, Triforces are functioning more than 50 quarantine centers in island world. Contact tracing of the affected personnel is the most important factor for containment and further spreading. The intelligence services of the armed forces and the police, with the patronage of health authorities, are being tasked to conduct contact tracing into first, second, and third tiers of the confirmed, suspected, and exposed cases. Therefore, the quarantine processes and the conduct of PCR testing were followed up as and when required. However, the spatial distribution of the population in some areas is too congested in Sri Lanka, so that the home-based quarantine is not possible. To negotiate this, we introduced the root ball system, perhaps the first time in the world, in that we pulled out the personnel of close contacts as whole group and transferred them to quarantine centers. In addition, the areas seemingly contaminated are designated and kept as isolated zones, proscribing the inward and outward movements. Now I would bring upon how our approach became unique. The approach is based on the trinity of synergy, efficiency, and public compliance. If I harp about the achievement of synergy, the most response option prepared by the expertise from different fields are discussed, argued, and agreed upon at the National Operations Center Forum before operationalizing. The efficiency is ensured through calibration and prioritizing of role, responsibilities, understanding whom to support and whom to be supported in achieving sub-objectives, tasks and actions to regulate the overall strategy. While elegant in its outlook, the strategy belied a jumble depending upon this public compliance. National and private media are extensively used for indoctrinating the necessity of compliance with instruction issued by all types of authorities. Therefore, I hope this trinity of synergy, efficiency, and public compliance serves as a unique approach for the response strategy. Finally, I would like to thank the Sri Lanka Medical Association for organizing this virtual conference, giving an opportunity be connected to an intellectual forum of this nature so that we can mutualize our experiences. I am fervently looking forward to share and receiving valuable comments, views, and of course, the information that would be useful to fight against COVID-19 in future. Thank you.